Good morning, beloveds. So I went to work yesterday. And as soon as I got in there before my coworker did. And so when my coworker came in, I said, this is what I sound like. If you are uncomfortable, we'll call John. She's like, no, it'll be fine. And then the more she worked with me, about an hour in, she kind of went, I think when Jerry comes in, you should go home. So when Jerry came in, Jerry called John and said, we're sending Lisa home. And John apparently didn't. John's the boss. John didn't even blink. So they sent me home. So I lasted 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go to work today and see what happens today. I still have a hacking cough. I added a new supplement to thin the mucus because that's the problem. I can't quite cut the congestion. So we'll see. But we have an Emma Curtis Hopkins reading today. This should be interesting. I say that about all the readings, but they're all interesting, right? So it looks like she's going to do a quote, and then maybe what's in italics are her comment on the quote. So, like, there's a quote from Luke, a quote from John, 2 quotes from John, one from Romans, one from Deuteronomy, and one from Isaiah. And this is Emma Curtis Hopkins from Resume. I don't know if it's from Resume or Resume. It looks like Resume. From 1928. So, and the title of it is Illumination - Understanding. And I think there is a difference between illumination and understanding. Illumination is when it hits you and you're like, oh, understanding is when you embody it, when you make it part of your life. So, all right. So we're going to start off with the first quote. Okay. I'm backwards. So it looks like she makes a comment and then what's in italics is the quote. So I will let you know when I'm going into the quote. Okay. When the disciples had associated with the risen Christ long enough to sense that he had been wounded for the transgressions of a world, and by the acknowledgement of the same world might go free. Quote, then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures. Luke 24:25. And that the scriptures he gave them was his own name. Quote, the Holy Ghost, whom the Spirit will send in my name, shall teach you all things. John 14:26. This name constitutes the most remarkable book ever mentioned on earth. Quote, for the Spirit of truth it awakens, it shall guide into all truth and show humankind of things to come. John 16:13. Every person's name conveys their qualities. If they are a strong intellect, the repetition of their name, especially the calling of their name earnestly, imbues the caller with a new intellectual strength. If they are heroic in battle, a certain accession of heroism stirs in the caller. Cruden, in his immortal concordance under the head of call, declares that all things that had no existence may come into sight by strong words of calling. Quote, I have made thee like unto him, even God, who quickeneth the dead, and calleth those things which be not as though they were. Romans 4:17. And, Bible quote, who hath God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God is in all things that we call unto it. For Deuteronomy 4:7. Isaiah lamented that, quote, no person called for justice. Isaiah 59:4. Emma, you make me crazy. All right. She also quoted from Cruden, Cruden, in his concordance. That was also a quote. She was paraphrasing him. And I have no idea what I just read. I love Emma Curtis Hopkins. I adore Emma Curtis Hopkins. I'm getting there with Emerson. But sometimes I read things from Emma and I'm like, what did I just read? A couple of the things that, as I understood, it sounded like she's saying, we'll call upon Jesus. Okay? The reason for calling upon Jesus is not necessarily that Jesus is going to answer you, but because you will be calling on the qualities of Jesus. Okay? That was what the Cruden was about. It's like when heroes would go into, or when warriors go into battle and they would write, whoever their hero was on their shields or stuff. Or maybe, I don't know where. Yeah, the shield would be a good place, or on their sword. It's why they name their swords. It's to call upon the qualities. And so that's what Emma is saying. You know what? Hey, why not call on Jesus the Christ? And if you're doing that, then you're calling on two. You're calling on Jesus, the teacher, and then you're calling on the Christ consciousness and all of the qualities that implies. You are calling on those qualities. You are seeking to embody those qualities through calling on them. And then she's reminding us, it's like, look, you know what? The Holy Spirit will teach you more than anything else. That's what it sounded like to me. It's like, look, which is the point of regular daily practice, It's like, if you regularly do the daily, you regularly do a daily spiritual practice where you go into the presence of the divine, and you listen to the divine, then the divine will teach you far more than you are ever going to learn from a book, because you are actively doing stuff. We were talking about a class last night, and that's one of the things. It's about that experiential. It's like, you don't want to come to a class and just be lectured at. You want to come to a class and practice the stuff that they are teaching you, so that you can get good at it and you have the experience of what it feels like to do whatever it is that we're trying to teach you to do. It's one of the things that, it's like right now in schools, they're teaching you how to take a test. It's like, okay, but that was the value of shop classes and home economics classes, where they taught you how to do things. Math classes, science classes. That's why they let us do experiments, so that we could get our hands dirty. It's like, so we actually got to see how it worked, and we got to feel what it felt like to do it. Maybe if, like in cooking, if this didn't work, maybe you need to try it this way, Because it just occurred to me last night when I was cooking. I was just throwing a bunch of stuff in the pan, and I was like, I realized I don't know how to make sauces. I'm like, this is a skill that I probably need to acquire, especially since I've changed my diet. So, and a whole lot of pre-made sauces have a whole lot of sugar in them, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So, but that's just it. So you can read all of the books that you want. And I thoroughly encourage you to go and read all of the books. But until you actually go out and try this stuff, then it's just information. It's just information. And how do you transform information into knowledge, into wisdom, is by trying it out, by working it, by experiencing it. That's what I believe that wisdom is its experience, it's knowledge plus experience. So the good news is that we have this mind that we can go to. One of Jesse's favorite quotes from Ernest Holmes is, the mind that made a star is the same mind you use. Okay? So we have access to this mind that has made stars, So who knows what we could learn, but the point is we got to go to that mind and say, teach me. I am teachable. I am open to what it is that you have to show me. And then, come back into the material and be willing to be led, So illumination can lead to understanding if you're willing to follow the steps. So, all right. I'm not sure what Emma's point was, and maybe it's one of those situations of maybe we need to go get the book. It said no copyright in effect, so it might be available, as a PDF online if you're interested. And see what she was going for in that section, because it was some commentary, a Bible quote, and but some days that's the way it is. Some days that's the way it is. I know that Dr. Mercer was trying to pick really good, impactful, meaningful, and sometimes, and for the most part, I think he knocked it out of the park. And then every now and again, I hit a reading that I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about here, and that's not his fault. That's definitely not his fault. That's on me. So, if you don't understand the reading, that's okay. That's okay. Occasionally I read them and go, what? And you see me. I'll put the book down and I'm like, okay, what did I just read? I have no idea. So at least I had an inkling because of the title. So, all right. I don't know if there's a mission that I can pull out of what she read. I need to clean my glasses, clearly. Oh, okay. Well, we can go back to that Romans 4:17. Every person's name conveys their qualities. So feel free to call on the names of the qualities that you want to embody, and it doesn't have to be long dead heroes. You can have heroes that are living and breathing right now. I admit that several of my heroes are, like I love Joseph Campbell, definitely one of my heroes. But I also like the Dalai Lama and Deepak Chopra, and they are here now, still working. So call on those names, call on those attributes. But take Oscar Wilde's advice. Don't try and be anybody else. Everybody else is taken. Be yourself. Okay. It's just pick the qualities of the name that you are calling, pick those attributes and embody those and make them your own. Okay. That's the mission today. The other mission, same mission I give you every day, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like, big, small, doesn't matter. Point is practice on yourself. And I say that for a multitude of reasons. One being you are your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback. Is this the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can do? Yes or no? Okay. But the most important reason, I want you to create a habit where everything you do is loving, kind, and compassionate. But the most important reason is you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. So practice on yourself, all right? Please do that. My hints are take a walk, take a nap, take a break. And I mean them both figuratively and literally. Okay. I'm a big believer in naps. That was one of the things that happened when I came home is I stretched out on the couch, cat sat in my lap, and I woke up 2 hours later. Clearly I needed the sleep. So, I'm a big believer in naps. All right. Okay. Where was I? Housekeeping. I want to let you know that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So if you, it's an easy way that you can support the center. Go like, subscribe, follow, share, comment on the social medias. It helps us out. The more interaction we get with our posts, then the more the algorithms will bump us, because we think we have good stuff to share. We want to help everybody live the best life possible. So, and as gently as possible. So, we're not out there beating anybody over the head of it. You should do it this way. No, this is just our suggestion. Try it out. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, we get it. Okay. Where was I? If you want to know what's going on with the center, then please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. Because the hot links in that are hot. If it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. All right. Oh, I hear that wheeze. Okay. Yes, I guess now I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. And I'm out of adjectives day. So I guess, what kind of day do you want to have? Do you want to have a silly day? Do you want to have a crush it day? Do you want to have get stuff done day? Do you want to have a go listen to the divine day? A be teachable day? A take a deep breath day? A you got this day? A experience something new day? Or a good day? And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the only promise that I can make you, without it being a pie crust promise, is that the person that the divine knows you to be is good. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, I'm going to wrap this up and go do whatever it is left that I need to do before I go find out how long they let me work today. Take care of yourself. No, hang on. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.